Yeah, guys, what's good? Welcome back to the Trying to Get Jack podcast. So, a little bit of a different view or different type of podcast today. I'll call it a solo cast. And this is something where like I'll do it here and there. At least I'm planning to do it here and there. I'm not going to schedule it in ideally, but it's more like if I hear something good, if I have a sick conversation, or if there's a theme that's going in my head or the people I'm talking to, I want to bring that up, right? So there has been a recent theme about like people having doubts and people being overwhelmed with so many things going on. If you're not in Canada, right? There's a lot of snow here, right? When it snows outside. Obviously it's cold, but also the roads get messy, the drivers get messy, people are constantly complaining, where it's like, yo, this is hectic, that is hectic. And then other things end up taking a back seat, like either, the gym takes a back seat, meals take a back seat, whatever, but we just get overwhelmed because the environment, right? So what to do in those situations. That's been a recent conversation. And then I think one of the other podcast, I don't know if that one's up yet, but we talked about imposter syndrome. That's been a recent theme. But also like one of the recent conversations I've been having is like, how do we kind of make sure that whatever we want to get done, we're getting done? Like, how can we, go through our day and finish the day off feeling like, yo, I made progress today. Like, I moved forward today. And that's something I don't even know, right? Completely what the exact answer is. Like, everything changes over time. And, like, you tried this approach, you tried that approach. You listen to this person. Like, I listen to Andy Frisella a lot. You listen to Jay Shetty, Lewis Howes. Like, everyone has a different approach on how to structure your day or how to not get overwhelmed or how to make forward progress, right? But I just want to share some of my thoughts that obviously are accumulation of thoughts that I've gained from other people and things that I've applied, right? And this is something, again, I'm going to bring up. Okay, so you guys know how, like, say, like we're building a house, right? Or we're just building a wall for a house, a brick wall, right? And this is a pretty sick analogy. So you're bringing the brick wall, right? Say you have to build like a fucking 10-foot brick wall, right? You don't just like stand there like, oh shit, I gotta build this massive wall, right? You go there, but like, okay, I gotta lay, and again, the foundation has to be really good, right? Because if you put bricks in like a weird manner, weird order, it's not gonna stand tall, right? I don't know how to build walls, obviously, right? But it's not gonna stand tall or it's gonna look funky. One brick is gonna be out of place, and then it's not gonna get structured on top of each other, right? So every brick has to be laid down perfectly, right? So where I'm going with this is you're not staring at the top of the wall. You're not like, oh my God, I got to build this whole wall. You're like, okay, I was gonna focus on laying this one brick at a time perfectly. That's all you're focusing on, right? And you guys already know where I'm going with this. If you apply the same analogy towards whatever we want to improve in, say for example, is getting jacked, or it's like starting a business, or it's like a relationship, or it's like in our house, like I gotta clean this mess, I gotta do my laundry. You can literally apply this to every single thing. And again, I know some of you guys like maybe we don't do our laundry, or we don't do our dishes, whatever it is. Hopefully you guys are doing that. It's a sick life skill. But say for example, the sink is full with dishes, right? We get overwhelmed, we walk past it, we get irritated for no reason. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get rid of all these dishes. If you just take one plate, wipe it, put it in the dishwasher, or just clean it, whatever your process is, one at a time, one at a time, you'll be like 10 minutes in, you're like, oh damn, I already cleared the sink. This is sick. So if you apply that to getting jacked or putting, you say like you're trying to get bigger, um, okay, what I gotta focus on? I'll go into the gym, right? Instead of being like, oh damn, I gotta do this hardcore workout, you focus on one set, one rep at a time, right? You focus on one meal at a time. You focus on one sip of water at a time. Like you just one. And if that one accumulates over time, right? So that's just like a over underlying theme. Like every time like I get overwhelmed, I'll just take a step back and I'm like, okay, I'll just make a little list, right? This is my list right now. Like right here, I have stuff to do. And I'll take you through it today, right? What I did. So first thing is in the morning, I did my cardio session, right? I don't know if you can see that, but I did my cardio session right here. And then second thing, it's a low calorie day, so I prepped my meals for the day. I'm having like some sweet potatoes, eggs, chicken, right? So low calorie day, I checked that off. And then my third one is non-negotiables. Post everywhere, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Face. Yes, I post on Snapchat too. I got 1,000 followers on Snapchat somehow. And YouTube, right? YouTube Shorts. So post and then post some sort of social proof. Social proof just means like, yo, am I helping people? Am I making an impact? So I'll post like either a testimonial or like a client message or something like that. And again, it's more to inspire other people, but also, attract other clients who may need help to get jacked, right? If anyone needs help getting jacked, obviously hit me up. Trying to get jacked.com. And then the third thing is go live. I haven't gone live yet. Maybe I'll do that after this. And then the fourth one is engage in the community, keep the engagement going. Because one of the big things in community or building a community I've noticed, it's like leading by example is the only way, right? So I have to kind of show like what I'm doing, or maybe inspire people to do something else. I know like there was a recent conversation there about mindset, and the conversation was amazing because everyone chipped in, everyone related to it, and everyone was like, "Yo, I go through the same thing, right?" And you all shout out Agam, right? He was talking about he's not feeling well mentally, all that stuff, and everyone kind of chipped in, and that just made us feel like yo, we're not alone. And that's another thing, actually, that's a sick point. I just came up with a sick point, right? This is not even in my notes. Um, we're not alone. Like if you feel overwhelmed or you feel like you're an imposter somewhere or like you feel like not making progress, everyone feels that way, right? Everyone feels that way. Like you're not alone. So as long as we know that, you tend to like keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, the list goes on. One of them is content. I'm trying to make more content that is a bit more like sharing like what I do and what do I like my thought process behind things or my journey so far. Like I've been posting a bit more on like how I used to be an accountant, how I transitioned, and just sharing more like mindset stuff. Not really mindset. I would say more like how did I transition from accounting to training, or like the process I went through to like, okay, actually start trying to get jacked. Even though I'm like maybe 0.00001% of where I want to be, right? There's, some forward movements and there's some people that are getting impacted by it. So it's cool. And sometimes I don't value that as much or I don't put attention to it, but that is amazing. That's whatever I'm doing right now is because of people, right? So thank you for listening, even this podcast, right? Appreciate that. But yeah, sharing more stuff like that, sharing more like tips and tricks to like me improve overall health, overall longevity, how to like me start a business even, right? Actually, I would not. I'm not gonna talk about business because I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm doing. So just do the daily stuff. But yeah, and then a couple of them was like I'm doing a podcast next week with Dasha, so booking that. And then I had a couple of client calls that making sure they're on track, right? And then I was gonna come up with some more content, trying to schedule in more vlogs, right? Trying to schedule in more behind the scenes. And then they're trying to schedule in more like personal content, right? That's the idea at least, but I haven't done that yet. But yeah, that's my list for the day, and this is my brick by brick. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, today I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna try doing my best job with it, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do some other stuff, right? So that's my brick by brick. So again, if you're overwhelmed, try taking that approach, right? Of like, okay, what's the brick and what's my brick in my case? If it's getting jacked, it's my meals, it's my cardio, it's my training, it's my steps, whatever it is, just one day at a time, one thing at a time, and let it compound over time, right? So that's point number one. Point number two, again, I talk about this all the time, control the controllables, but I want to break it down, right? So let's break it down into attitudes, effort, and belief. And what I mean by that is those are three things we can always control, right? Doesn't matter what's happening in life, you can control how you view it. You can control the attitude towards it in terms of, okay, yo, it's fucking snowing outside, like lots of things going outside. I gotta shovel all this. Yo, how am I gonna pull my car out? But you're like, yo, this is sick. I have the ability to shovel the snow. I'm jacked bunda. Or the fact that, okay, cool, yo, like I have a car that's underneath the snow that I get to take out and drive on these roads. You know what I'm saying? Like switching your attitude towards it or being like, okay, yo, sick, yo, I get to get my movement in, I get to get my cardio in. Everyone is always complaining, yo, like I can't move during the winter, bro, like it's cold outside, snow outside. Yo, go shovel the driveway. Now you got your movement in. Now you're active. You know what I'm saying? So you feel better. All the good chemicals get released after you do your shoveling, right? And you guys already know after you finish shoveling and you look at your driveway, you're like, yo, damn, bro, I did some work today. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel proud. And that feeling comes after like a workout or like any strenuous activity, a sport, whatever it is. So if you apply that same concept to shoveling, now you've changed your attitude towards it. And again, this is going to be applied to anything, right? It could be like, yo, I gotta go to the gym, man. I'm so tired. But if you change it towards, yo, if I go to the gym, I'm gonna have more energy. I'm gonna get the physique I want. I'm gonna get the girl I want, maybe, or I'm gonna be able to play with my kids, or I'll have more energy. I can eat more food. Just switch attitude towards it. So as long as we can move our mindset towards like, okay, yo, things are not going well right now, but how can I view this in a positive manner? How can I switch my attitude? Because that's something we can control. Doesn't matter how overwhelmed we are, we can control the attitude, right? I think this was one of the things where back in maybe like in accounting, when I was leaving accounting in 2020 October, right, and transitioning to training, I was like, okay, yo, I know I'm probably not gonna make much money maybe for the first couple of years. Like honestly, I won't. I'll be straight up. Like maybe until like last 2024, I was like, okay, cool, yo. Like maybe I can like serve a family now. Before I was getting stressed out. I was like, Actually, I wasn't too stressed out, but I was like, yo, how am I gonna like make consistent amount of income to serve like a family for my future wife, my kids, all that stuff. I was stressing about it, right? But I changed my attitude towards it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm in this to help, right? Yes, I want to make money at the same time. Don't get me wrong, right? I want to help people, right? I want to get them jacked. I want to help them create a lifestyle. If they create a better lifestyle, they're going to do more good things out there. They're going to inspire people around them. So the impact is awesome, right? So if I switch my attitude towards like, oh man, like I'm not making enough, if I switch it towards like, okay, yo, how can I help more? How can I add more value to people, right? Now I'm working towards some productive action. Me thinking this way of like, oh man, I'm not making enough, right? After accounting training, doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve any other people, right? But if I switch it towards, okay, how can I add more value? How can I help more people? Maybe how can I reach out to more people? How can I gain more, attract more clients, give them more value, 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 right? That's the approach I've been taking. Or whatever else it is, like reach out, tell your current clients, yo, like we trying to get Jack needs more clients right now, or like it's open to serving more people right now. So, if you have any recommendations, let us know. Because we're trying to help more people get jacked and create it into a lifestyle. So they help their parents, they help people around them, and it creates like a domino effect, right? So yeah, just switching the attitude towards like, oh man, I'm not doing this enough, right? Or like this is not working. Like, how can I make it work? What can I tweak? If it's my training not going well, oh my shoulder hurts, whatever, instead of like bitching about it, be like, okay, yo, what can I do to improve my shoulder? Maybe I gotta warm up a little bit more. Maybe I gotta go see a physio. Maybe I gotta see chiro. Maybe I gotta do more shoulder mobility drills, right? That's what I've been doing recently as well. So yeah, switch your attitude towards it. And then the second big thing, like I said, effort, right? We can control the effort. Say for this is a prime example, gym. We're busy. Yo, bro, I don't have time for the gym. I don't have time for this, time for that. Okay, you don't have to go 2 hours in the gym. Go 45 minutes, but control your effort when you go in that 45 minutes. Put all you can, right? Track your numbers, every lift, RP9, go till failure, improve in that specific session. You can control your effort. Things are not going well, you can control your effort at all times. We're traveling, we're moving around. We don't have the optimal gym space. We don't have the optimal environment. You have that hotel gym, whatever you have bands in your room. Control your effort. Full send for that 20, 25 minutes. You can always control the effort you put in, right? So you can control your attitudes, you can control your effort. And the third thing is you can control, what was the last one? Effort, what's the attitude, effort, and belief. Belief, right? So third one is belief, and belief just means like you gotta tell yourself, yo, like I can get through this. I will get past this. This is gonna work. If you keep telling yourself, yo, you're already doubting, like, yo, I don't know if like, yo, this training thing's for me, or like if I like say like I left accounting and got in training and like I already had this doubt in my mind of like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to help people. I don't know if I'm gonna make a career out of this. I don't know if I'll be able to, build the brand. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything. And even though I'm not close to where I want to be, it's like if I thought that way, I wouldn't take any productive action. Or if you already think, yo, I can never lose weight. I've always been in the state of like, yo, I always, go into working out, I lose 10 pounds and I gain it back. I go into working out, I lose 20 pounds and I gain 30 pounds back. If you're always thinking that way, anytime you start it, you might have motivation for the first 6, 7 weeks. But you're not gonna stick through it, right? But if you believe, yo, you know what? I'm gonna make a game plan. I'm gonna stick through it even when it gets tough, right? I'm gonna, revise the plan a little bit. I'm not gonna stop. And I'm gonna change things. I'm gonna modify. I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna ask for help, right? But if you already have the mindset, right, yo, I can't get jacked or I can't put on muscle, I can't lose weight. Anytime you hit a brick wall, the plateau, you're gonna stop because your mind already believes that you can't do it. So that's the third step. Is like if things go bad, don't be like, oh, here it goes again. I'm just a person who can't get jacked. Be like, oh, okay. This is an opportunity for me to learn and grow and get better. Right? And if you view things that way, bro, like we just start thinking better. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be like, yo, say for example, like I don't want to go extreme here, but like, like one of our family members or someone gets hurt, someone gets sick, like something really traumatic or something bad happens, right? That's really bad. I'm not saying like just be positive, smile through it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying more like, okay, what can you control in this specific situation, right? You can control the attitude, right? Something bad happens, someone's sick. Okay, you control the attitude towards you. How can I help them more? How can I be there for them, right? Instead of like, oh my God, I'm so sad this is happening, which is fine, be sad, but what can you do about it, right? Or the second part is your effort. Can you put in more effort to be like, yo, be more present, be more mindful with that time you have with that person who maybe is sick, right? Or whatever happened, right, in your situation. Third thing is your belief, if you believe, oh man, this is gonna be the worst thing ever, it's gonna get worse and worse. You're gonna amplify the worst situations, right? But if you go into a belief like, yo, things will work out, it will get better, everything will happen for my goodness or the world's goodness per se. If you think that way, you end up being more productive, and then things end up working out that way. I'm not trying to be like fluffy guy here, okay? I'm just saying those are things you control, and then you end up doing things better because you become more productive, right? You don't always think about this negative mindset, victim mentality, right? Whatever that mentality is, everyone's different. Everyone's reacts differently. And some people, like, if I'm saying this, they may relate to it. Some people like, yo, fuck that, yo. Like Manraj, for example, like when we talk, it's like, yo, he thrives with negativity, right? But I'm telling you, a known person, he's a positive guy, but he thrives. He puts that chip on his shoulder to get shit done. But he's using it as a positive, right? So it's not like, negative shit doesn't fuel me or someone else. It's like, yo, it can totally fuel you, right? But if you use it for positive things, then you're chilling. But yeah, I think that those two things I wanted to cover was like, okay, how do you schedule or your structure day to day? It's like, yo, brick by brick, day by day. Things get overwhelming. What do? Focus on what you can control. You can control your attitude, you can control your effort, you can control your beliefs. If you check those three boxes out, right, things are gonna start moving in the right direction. Your mind starts thinking productive stuff. But yeah, I want to keep this short and sweet. Hope that was helpful. Hope that added some value. And let me know if you guys like these kind of episodes. Hopefully you guys did. If not, totally fine. This kind of helps me speak things out loud. It's more like a reminder for myself too. Whenever I'm doing, like if I'm doing this trying to get jacked thing, Flex Factory. It's like just stay in the game, have a good attitude, put in the most effort you can put in, and just believe that things will work out long term and it's beneficial for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Comment, subscribe, give me feedback, anything else you guys want to hear about, talk about. And yeah, solo cast, episode 1. Let's go. Take it easy. Bye bye.